Imagine standing in the midst of chaos, war raging, disease spreading, betrayal lurking, and personal loss weighing heavy. Yet, in that storm, you find unshakable peace. That was Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, who penned a truth that echoes through time: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. He didn't seek salvation in the world around him. Instead, he turned inward, discovering that true freedom lies in mastering your thoughts. You don't need to retreat to a monastery or meditate for hours on a mountaintop to harness this power. With just a few practical techniques, you can break free from negativity, reduce stress, and align with your deepest goals in seconds. On Wisdom Waves Aura, we're diving into 7 powerful steps to help you take control of your mind, conquer anxiety, and build a mindset that thrives no matter what life throws at you. No lofty theories, just tools that work and a spark of willingness to begin. Let's jump in. What is a thought? It's a question we rarely pause to consider, yet thoughts are the invisible architects of our lives. They shape how we feel, how we act, and ultimately, how we live. Some thoughts are deliberate, like when you ponder a decision or solve a problem. Others bubble up uninvited, like waves on a restless ocean, carrying emotions you didn't ask for. This constant stream, intentional or automatic, is what makes us human. No other species can reflect, reason, or imagine like we do. It's why we've built civilizations, woven stories, and dreamed of futures yet to come. But this gift comes with a catch. Thoughts aren't neutral. They carry weight. A single thought can lift you up or drag you down, spark courage or paralyze you with fear. The ones that repeat most often quietly shape the foundation of your life. At Wisdom Waves Aura, we believe understanding this is the first step to mastery. The danger lies in letting thoughts run unchecked. When you accept every negative thought as truth, you hand over control of your life to a force you don't steer. Picture this: a fleeting moment of self-doubt whispers, "I'm not good enough." That thought triggers shame or fear, which spawns more thoughts, "I'll fail, so why bother?" The cycle repeats, growing stronger until it feels like truth. Over time, it hardens into a belief, not because it's real, but because you've reinforced it so often. Your mind starts filtering reality through that lens, seeking evidence to confirm it while ignoring anything that challenges it. You stop seeing the world as it is, you see it through your dominant thoughts. You're trapped, not by external forces, but by your own unchallenged mind. Here's the liberating truth: you are not your thoughts. You can question them. You can break the loop. As Epictetus, another Stoic, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your mind is your domain, the one place you truly control. At Wisdom Waves Aura, we'll show you how to reclaim that power. The first step is understanding what thoughts are, not commands, but suggestions. Some are helpful, others harmful. When you realize this, you stop obeying every voice in your head. You pause, reflect, and choose. This isn't about silencing your mind or avoiding negativity. It's about recognizing you have the power to respond differently. Imagine your mind as a house where lights flicker and doors slam. Until now, you didn't know where the breaker panel was. Now you do. It's yours to control. With this clarity, you're ready to take the next step, observing your thoughts calmly, without judgment, like watching clouds drift across the sky. In a world that demands your attention, observing your thoughts is a radical act. It's not about forcing a blank mind or suppressing emotions, it's about creating space between what your mind says and how you respond. Most of us live in a state of inner noise, reacting, ruminating, spiraling without noticing when one thought ends and another begins. At Wisdom Waves Aura, we teach that mental freedom starts with seeing the stream clearly. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. To reclaim that power, start with stillness. Set a timer for 5 minutes, close your eyes, and focus on your breath, the rise and fall, the rhythm of your life. Your mind will wander. You'll replay conversations, worry about tasks, or question if this even works. That's okay. The magic happens when you catch yourself wandering. That moment is gold. You've separated your awareness from your thoughts. In that gap, your power begins. You don't need to wrestle with every thought, judge it, or fix it. Just acknowledge it and return to your breath. Over time, this becomes a habit, and from that habit grows clarity. You're not the river of thoughts, you're the one on the shore, watching it flow. This realization is life-changing. You're no longer defined by every anxious idea or self-critical voice. You let them pass without clinging. At Wisdom Waves Aura, we emphasize that this practice reveals patterns. You'll notice which thoughts repeat, which emotions dominate, which fears shout loudest. This isn't about overanalyzing, it's about knowing your mind like a scientist knows nature. A simple technique here is labeling. That's worry. That's self-doubt. That's planning. Labeling creates distance, reinforcing that you're the observer, not the thought. This small act builds mastery, letting you greet anxiety calmly or refocus without frustration. The Stoics didn't seek to banish emotions, they sought to understand and tame them. Observing your thoughts opens the door to clarity, focus, and strength. Now, let's go deeper with labeling. When you notice a thought, say, regret over a missed opportunity or anxiety about the future, name it. That's frustration. That's fear. This simple act creates a gap between you and the thought. You're no longer drowning in it, you're watching it pass. At Wisdom Waves Aura, we see this as inner leadership. Epictetus taught that your reaction, not the event, shapes your reality. Labeling helps you reclaim that authority. You don't need the perfect word, call it stress, guilt, or inner critic. The act of naming matters, not the label. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. You start to see patterns. I feel anxious after emails, or self-doubt hits when I make a mistake. These patterns aren't flaws, they're maps to your inner world. In tough moments, during an argument or after a setback, labeling is your anchor. Pause, name the thought, and breathe. It doesn't erase the thought, but it gives you room to choose your response, breaking the cycle before it spirals. Labeling restores direction. You're no longer swept up in every mental wave. You focus on what matters, your values, your actions, the life you want to build. At Wisdom Waves Aura, we invite you to try this and share your experience in the comments. What patterns do you notice? Your story might spark someone else's breakthrough. But awareness is only the start. Now, it's time to identify which thoughts harm you and which propel you forward. Not all thoughts are equal. Some lift you, others drain you. Negative thoughts aren't just unpleasant, they're destructive when they dominate unchecked. They cloud your perception, weaken your resolve, and push you into procrastination or self-doubt. At Wisdom Waves Aura, we teach that identifying these thoughts is where transformation begins. A negative thought isn't just one that feels bad, it steals your energy, distorts reality, and holds you back. Blaming others, circumstances, or yourself keeps you stuck in resentment or helplessness. Comparison, scrolling social media and feeling small next to someone's highlight reel, is a trap that whispers you're not enough. Polarizing thoughts, like if I fail now, I'll never succeed, erase nuance and possibility. Mind reading, assuming others think you're weak, hands your freedom to imagined opinions. Recognizing these takes courage, but it's the path to freedom. Pick one recurring negative thought. Track it. Notice its triggers, how it feels in your body, what it makes you do or avoid. Don't judge it, just see it. This weakens its grip, letting you respond with clarity instead of reflex. Now, let's trace the story behind these thoughts. They don't appear randomly, they follow a script you've been telling yourself without realizing. At Wisdom Waves Aura, we call this mapping the story. Notice what sparks the thought, a place, a person, a moment like a boardroom meeting or a late-night scroll. Watch how it unfolds. What words echo? I'm not enough. They don't care. These aren't facts, they're habits your brain has learned. Notice how your body reacts: tight chest, racing heart. That's the emotion fueling the story. Then, observe what you do next. Do you withdraw, snap, or give up? Mapping this chain, trigger, thought, emotion, action, gives you power to interrupt it. This isn't cold analysis, it's compassionate curiosity. You're not judging yourself, you're understanding. That understanding creates space to choose a different reaction, to rewrite the script. You might see the same thought in different forms: fear one day, jealousy the next, but the core story often repeats. Facing it weakens its hold. At WisdomWavesAura, we believe this is where you take the pen back and start writing a new narrative. The story you've been telling yourself, "I'm not good enough, this always happens," feels like truth because you've believed it for so long. But it's just a script, and scripts can be rewritten. At WisdomWavesAura, we call this dismantling the story. When a negative belief arises, don't accept it. Get curious. Ask, where did this come from? Why do I believe it? Is it helpful? This isn't about forcing positivity, it's about questioning what holds you back. You've built awareness through observing, labeling, and mapping. Now, when the old narrative tries to take over, you're ready to disrupt it. "I'll fail again" becomes "maybe this challenge is here to grow me." You don't need to believe the new story instantly, just consider it. Each question weakens the old narrative's grip, training your brain to see new possibilities. This is mastery, not blind optimism, but grounded perspective. You're rebuilding a healthier inner world, one that offers freedom and resilience. Mastery isn't a sudden epiphany, it's built through deliberate practice. At WisdomWavesAura, we emphasize that real change comes from consistent effort. Thoughts will always arise, loud and convincing. But with practice, you catch them in real time, not in hindsight, but as they unfold. You pause, question, and choose. Is this true? Does this serve me? The more you do this, the more it becomes second nature. Negative thoughts stop pulling you under, they spark curiosity. You notice the space between stimulus and response, where your power lies. This takes patience and presence, especially when it feels like nothing's changing. But every thought you catch, every reaction you interrupt, builds lasting transformation. The effort you make today shapes the clarity you'll have tomorrow. These 7 steps: understanding, observing, labeling, identifying, mapping, dismantling, and practicing, are your toolkit to master your mind. They reduce stress, calm anxiety, and keep you focused on your goals. True strength doesn't come from controlling the world, it comes from mastering how you respond. At WisdomWavesAura, we're here to guide you. Which step excites you most? Share in the comments, your insight might inspire someone else. Like, share, and subscribe for more tools to grow stronger every day. Check out the next videos on WisdomWavesAura for practical ways to keep building your unshakable mindset. You've got the power, now use it.